guys!
Welcome to today's vlog, Q&A.
Q&A with Tyson Ash.
Tyson Ash, Ash and Tice.
Little late night chit chat.
It's about 11 o'clock.
It's about 11 o'clock, guys.
We're just starting the vlog.
You guys, let me tell you what I did today, which I probably should have vlogged, but I didn't. It was kind of a boring day on this end. Like, I went and got my eyes checked, and Tyson went and had some errands to run, and then I went and ran all over the place trying to get like last minute Christmas present shopping done. So we were literally separated all day long doing our own thing, and Nanny Ash was here holding down the fort with the girls. So we were like, you know what? We didn't get much vlog today. We're going to do a Q&A for you guys. So, hi.
I thought it was good.
Here
Plus, there was like such an overlap of questions on the last feedback post that we did. We only answered a handful, so
yeah,
it only made sense
and
to
we're going
answer
to
some more
answer
tonight.
a handful tonight, and then we'll probably do a few more, you know, next week.
Let's jump right into it. All right, Casey is life. These are coming from our Instagram
Casey, you are live.
questionnaire that we put out a few weeks ago. Casey asked, is it hard to do YouTube and raise 4 little girls?
And in parentheses, Durls. I like that. She's a good follower.
So I'll take this one, and then you can give your pointers as well.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think it's harder than any other job that any other parents have out there, honestly. YouTube is our job. And it's just like a job anybody has out there. It's all about juggling and maintaining some sort of sanity, you know, in the midst of everything. I would say the hardest thing is that we do everything from home. So literally everything goes on right here. You know, work, family, everything is all crunched into one spot. Whereas, you know, dads sometimes they have the office and then they leave that there and they come home. You know, for me, my office is here. Ashley's office is here. Sometimes it's hard to, you know, kind of
separate it.
You separate the work and the home life, you know, because the kids are here, they want to play. Oh, you know, they see you in the office. Oh, you know, come out and play, mom and dad. And you're like, geez, I really got to get all this work done right now. And so, you know, I would say that is the most difficult part, you know, of being a vlogger, working from home, and, you know, having the 4 babies, well, not babies, toddlers, well, not toddlers, preschoolers, is that better? Preschoolers
4-year-olds
to look after. And so, you know, it's a juggle, but it's no different than, you know, anything else you guys do out there. I'm sure you guys juggle jobs and kids and, you know, everything, school and, you know, activities. And so, you know, we do the same. But I would say that would be the only thing I would bring up is just, you know, having it all right here.
Any parent that works from home knows exactly what we're talking about, because my sister is not a vlogger, and she does mortgages and loans from home. And I used to nanny for her before I had the girls, and we've always talked about the same thing. She's like, I get it. Like, you can't, like, you're always working because you never leave the office.
Yes.
So, but it's a good thing. It's a blessing, and we feel very, very blessed to be able to be home with our girls.
I love it. I wouldn't trade it for anything.
So let's look at the next question.
All right. Hopefully that answered your question there.
Oh, I like this one. Girly B21. Why don't you wear a wedding band? I'd like to know the answer to that as well.
She's talking to me or you?
I have my wedding ring and my 10-year wedding ring on this hand. So, yeah, go ahead and answer that one.
And I bought you both of those.
You did.
Doesn't that show how much I
and
love you?
I bought you yours.
That's
that
true.
sits in our bathroom
Guys,
drawer.
I hate jewelry with a passion. Hate it. I never wear watches. I don't wear rings. I don't wear necklaces. I don't have earrings. I hate jewelry. I don't even like a wallet. I don't like extra parts on my body that I don't need. And I've always been like that growing up. Remember like the phase in the 90s and all my friends had like bracelets and the terms and the puka shell necklaces.
What about the chains that went from their belt loop to their
wrists? And there's the guys, the group that did that. And I was just like, what is going on? Like literally, I never did any of that because I hated it. Even when it was popular, I was like, no. So, I mean, I have my wedding ring that Ashley got me. I have my,
Kalo rings.
Yeah, the Kalo rings. I have like 5 of those, which I actually like. I don't mind those, and I wear those every so often.
We go out somewhere fancy, and
I put on my
he might put on a ring.
Those ones don't bug me as much because I don't really notice them. Like I think we were in Hawaii or where we were somewhere with water, and I like those because they stay on. They don't bug me. But the answer to that question is I just don't like jewelry at all. And I figure, you know, we're so public, everybody knows I'm married. So it's not like I'm out there like, hey.
I don't know. I do remember one day he came home from Hobby Lobby and he's like, babe, I got hit on. And I was like, what?
She was about 55, 56.
And she was hitting on Tyson.
Yeah.
And it's because he didn't have sweating on.
I learned my lesson.
Did you?
Wait, I didn't learn my lesson. It is what it is.
Guys, it's cool. He doesn't wear red anyway. It doesn't bother me, honestly. I know that it's just simply because he just doesn't like.
For those of you out there who are wondering, I am married.
Oh, jeez. Sherry Wilson 80 brought up a great question that we need to address because we've been talking about it for a while now and it just hasn't happened simply because life gets crazy around the holidays. You guys can relate to that. I'm sure all of your guys' lives are crazy as well, and you guys have a million Christmas plays and school programs and you go Christmas shopping, all that stuff to do. That's literally what has happened to us, but it is happening. Like I literally laid awake last night, dream like, okay, I gotta do this. Where do I go? What do I do?
What's the question?
The question is, when will the girls get bigger beds, and will you get bunk beds, separate beds, or double beds for them to share? Okay,
bed topic.
Maybe these guys can give us their input. Okay, although I know what I'm doing, so you can give me your input, but I know what I'm doing. We're working on getting the girls bigger beds right now. They could care less. They love their beds.
You guys can give your input, but it's not going to mean anything to her because I've given my input and it doesn't mean anything.
I'm just going to do what I want to do.
I just stand over here and look pretty.
I live my life. You guys live your lives. Everyone should just live their life. All right? It's so pretty.
Not.
Anyways, I have thought about this and debated it back and forth 100 times. But what is happening is I have decided, would you quit mocking me?
You been hanging out with Brandon again?
No. Okay. Brandon, I love you, but I don't want to do the hand thing. Okay, so we are going to do, what are they called? Full-size beds.
Full-size.
Full-size beds for each girl. Hold please, before you comment that you don't like that idea. Okay, each girl is going to have their own full-size bed. There is reasoning behind this. The reasoning behind this is because, one, I want them to have the option to sleep together if they want to. They've never slept together before, so I don't know how well that would go over. So I don't really want to just buy one full-size bed and then throw them in there, and then like that night is just like a total disaster and they keep each other up all night, and then I'm like, that was a bad idea. Plus, we built this house so that the girls would have their own rooms eventually when they get older, if they choose that. I'm gonna let them choose whether they want to share a room or have their own room. So we have enough bedrooms upstairs so that they can choose their own room. I want them to have a bed that literally they're going to like go away to college with, possibly. They're gonna have for a long time. Let's be honest. A full-size bed, that's a great size bed.
Yeah.
So I want them to have that. Plus, they have been sleeping in our beds way more than I would like. I don't do well I don't like to be touched. I like to curl in my own ball and I don't want to be touched in the middle of the night. And they've been sleeping in our beds a lot.
I can confirm this.
So I'm hoping, my goal is that if they have full-size beds, maybe I can put them together some nights and maybe they'll sleep better. Maybe I can just send Tyson in their room with them and the bed will be big enough. He can just lay in there and I can sleep peacefully.
She has a plan, people. I guess that answers that question. Hopefully that answered that question for you.
There's not really an answer to the question. It's happening. I don't know when. I was going to do it for Christmas, but the girls are getting pretty spoiled rotten for Christmas and their birthdays.
I thought we already were spoiled rotten.
They are spoiled rotten. But they're getting even more spoiled rotten for Christmas and their birthday, because you guys know that's 3 days after Christmas. So I think that is going to wait for like until January when our lives calm down a little bit, because I cannot think about that in the moment. Okay, what else we got?
Okay, next question is, who's the greatest singer in the world? George Michael, people. George Michael.
Not seeing that question here.
Oh, I thought that's what that one said. Oh, I got it. Okay. Color Pop Lover. Did you ever sleep at all when they were already home after being at the hospital? No. Okay. First 9 months, like
I don't recall.
Crazy sleep patterns. I remember the first week we were literally trying to figure it out and nobody was sleeping because they were on their feeding schedule and they fed every 2 hours. There was 4 of them.
3
Do the
hours.
math. And by the time we were done feeding them all, there was literally like 30 minutes, and then one of them would be waking up again to feed again. And so it was awful, awful, awful. And I remember at the end of that week, I just said to Ashley, go to bed.
I may have had a nervous breakdown.
Yeah.
Or 2.
Or 3.
I don't do well on no sleep. We established this with the last question, okay? I am who I am.
I sent Ashley to bed that night.
I was like, please, I need to sleep.
I found Blue Bloods on Netflix, Tom Selleck, one of my favorites, and I said, go to bed. I'm going to stay up tonight. I'll do the night shift with the girls. I will come to bed after the last feeding at like 6 in the morning, I think it was. So I'll do that last feeding, and then I'll come to bed. And then we would be in bed together for like an hour and a half. And then around 7:30, Ashley would get up. And so I would come to bed at 6 and sleep till like 11:30, 12 if I was lucky. And that's how we did it. So she slept during the night.
I would help to like, the midnight or the 1 a.m. feeding, and then I would go to bed.
Yeah, usually it was like, because it was like 6-hour blocks. So she would usually go to bed around midnight, and then I would usually go to bed around 6. And so that's literally how we did it for probably, I don't know if it was the full 9 months. Because then I think we started rotating to where we would do mornings when they were sleeping a little bit longer. That helped. When they started sleeping a little bit longer, that was...
When they were only waking up like once in the night.
Yeah, once in the night.
Then we would both go to bed, and then we'd switch off nights. Remember that? We would like it was my night, I'd wake up and do the one feeding.
Yep. And then she'd get a sleep in.
Yes.
And then if I did the middle feeding, then I would get a sleep in a little bit. So it was better though, because then sleeping in was like 8:39. You're still getting up at a very reasonable hour, but because you got up in the middle of the night, you did that feeding, which was usually about an hour. Probably about an hour, I would say, we could do a feeding, and then got back to bed. You needed that extra hour and a half in the morning. So that's what we did. We had a very, very rigid schedule. We stuck to it, and it worked. It worked miracles. I do a little bit better on less sleep, and
he does way better on less sleep.
I'm better.
He's a great parent in the middle of the night. I'm like, go back to bed. Leave me alone.
But it was so nice because we found out each other's strengths and weaknesses, and then we played off of those. We worked, to our advantage, and everything. I remember after we started doing that, I thought things were so smooth and so easy. I mean, for quadruplets, I was like, hey, I think we're going to be able to do this.
I think we can do this.
Yeah,
I think we got this.
We just had to work it out, and just like anything else in our lives, we did it as a team, and that's how we got through that time.
Yeah, it was a crazy time. I don't remember any of it. The next question was something about like vlogging when they were little. Like, let's see, what made you decide to start vlogging? Did you ever think it would be as big as it is?
So that's from Amanda
Pizer.
Yes.
Okay, so honestly, we had thought about vlogging, and family members had set up our YouTube channel for us when I was on hospital bed rest. But remember the nervous breakdowns I talked about when the girls were born? I was also having those when I was pregnant. I'm just putting it all out there, you guys. It was a rough time. It was scary. It was hard. My body hurt so bad, and Tyson would try and record a video and throw it up, and he'd let me just record a video of you being on hospital. I was like, no, I don't want anybody to see me. I just hate, I'm hurting so bad. I just felt terrible. And so I feel like during that time, I was so concentrated on just making sure these babies were safe and okay. And I was under the least amount of stress possible so that I could carry them longer. I just tried to do...
We were trying not to add more than we already had going on. Because remember, at this time, we were doing TLC as well. So they were filming during that time as well. And so I think...
It was stressful.
We just... we didn't want to add more than we had to, and so I think that's why we didn't start until the following year.
Yeah, we started right after season 1, I think, ended of Rattled, and they were about 8 months old, 9 months old maybe, somewhere around there. I don't.
It was that fall. It was it was like November.
It was October.
Yeah.
October 8th, I remember. It just came back to me.
Old,
so they were 10 months old when we started vlogging. Because I was just like, maybe there's not everyone kept messaging and commenting, you guys should be vloggers, you guys should do this, we want to see what
and
you
we
guys
were like,
are
what's a
doing.
vlogger?
And I was like, what? What's that?
We had no idea.
What's happening? I don't get it. So Yeah, it was just so overwhelming to us at the time. And when they were about 10 months old, I feel like we kind of had a handle on our life a little bit. Like as much as you can when you have 4 10-month-olds.
Well, and we were very blessed. We had family that was close. So both of our families were incredible. And I really think they allowed us to get to that point, you know.
We had our first business established and up and running.
That first year was crazy.
And it was able to support us to where Tyson could stay home. Thank you to all of you guys.
Miracle Unfolding, baby.
MiracleUnfolding.com was our first business. Still up and running. Still goes great. People love those swaddle blankets. So that was awesome. And we kind of got that established and kind of a handle on that. And then a handle on the sleep schedule and the babies. And then we were like, okay, I think we can add one more thing. I think we can do this. So then we tested out the waters. Don't go watch those vlogs. They're terrible. They're kind of embarrassing.
The worst vlogs are the worst.
We didn't even have a computer to edit on, guys. Like I was editing on the iMovie app on my iPhone.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't let you upload videos longer than 10 minutes.
And there was like 2 songs you could choose from.
Like, yeah, the songs that you hear everywhere.
Like Tweedledee songs.
Like now that I hear those songs, I'm like, ugh.
And we were like
everywhere.
And we were just like sitting there with the camera, like no one was talking.
We were all like,
you know, nothing was going. The babies were just kind of like rolling around, and we were like, oh, well, there's the vlog. All right,
there we go. We don't know what to do. It's weird. The first time you ever put a camera in front of your face, and then it's like you have to talk.
It was like, so awkward.
I don't know what to say.
We literally didn't know what to do. We were just like.
And I wouldn't get on the camera unless I had makeup on and I had gotten ready.
She was the worst. I was like,
because I was like,
people want to see you right now. They want to hear what you have to say.
I was so scared of I was so scared of judgment, and now I don't care. You guys see me like totally a disaster, and I'm like, I don't care. Whatever.
She's come out of her shell a little bit.
I don't care anymore. So,
anyways, it was a really cool experience starting that. Looking back now and seeing like how we transitioned to where we are now, I think it's really cool to look back and also to have all of that journaled, you know, that we can go back and watch, which we do with the girls, and they love it. They love watching baby Esme, baby Indy. They love.
Tell us in the comments below how you guys feel about the flashback vlogs that we've done in the past, because those are pretty cool.
That's something we've been actually having a lot of fun doing, because we sit and watch them with the girls and they love them, and so we love to keep doing them if you guys like them.
I have to say something funny. Like last week, we turned on the TV and I said, Evie, what do you want to watch? And she goes, I want to watch the vlog. And I was like, okay, what? Like, whose vlog do you want to watch? And she goes, I want to watch the babies. And I was like, that's what our followers used to say. Their kids were like, our kids will always say we want to watch the babies. And I'm like, oh, my kids want to watch the babies. They are the babies. It's just so stinking cute.
Really cool experience.
We are so grateful for our YouTube following, for our social media following, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. You guys are unreal. You're amazing. We appreciate everything you guys do. We just love you guys. So thank you for loving us, supporting us, loving us unconditionally, and continuing on following through this crazy journey that we call life. So
it's only going to get crazier.
It's only going to get better, you guys. Only going to get better.
These girls are going to be teenagers.
We're not talking about this in the vlog now. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. We're not talking about teenagers. Don't bring it up.